All right, let's just dive right in. We are tackling the big one today. How much does a marketing agency really cost? We're going to break down the actual numbers for 2025 so you know exactly what you should be paying. So, you're at that point, right? You're ready to grow your business, and you're thinking, maybe it's time to bring in the pros. It's a great move, but it immediately brings up that one giant question. What is this actually going to set me back?
And that's the thing, isn't it? It feels like a total black box. You've probably seen quotes all over the map, from a few $100 a month to tens of thousands. It's almost impossible to figure out what's fair, what you really need, and what's just noise.
Well, that's what we're here to do. We're going to turn on the lights, pull back the curtain, and look at some real hard data. Our goal is to give you the clarity you need to make a smart decision, whether you're about to hire an agency or you're trying to set your own prices.
First up, let's talk about the new kid on the block, AI automation. It's probably one of the most powerful tools you can use in marketing today, but man, is it one of the most confusing when it comes to what you'll pay. So the first thing you have to get your head around with AI is that the pricing is split in two. You've got that initial one-time fee to get everything built and running. And then you've got the monthly retainer to actually maintain and, improve it over time. And just look at the sheer range of these setup costs. It's kind of wild. For the basics, like simple chatbots or email triggers, you're looking at maybe $2,500, $5,000. But the second you want to hook that up to your CRM, your customer database, boom, the price can easily jump up to $15,000. And if you need something totally custom for a big company, yeah, we're talking six figures easy. But here's the number that really makes people's jaws drop. $90,000, or even more. And you want to know what that's for? Just getting your data ready. That's right. Just cleaning up your data and preparing it for the AI can be a massive, massive hidden cost that almost nobody budgets for. Okay, so after it's all set up, you have to keep the lights on. That's where the monthly retainer comes in. Basic maintenance might start around $500 a month. But for mid-sized companies that need more structured support, you're probably in that $3,000 to $6,000 range. And if you need advanced hands-on optimization, you're looking at $7,000 a month and up. All right, next on the list is your digital storefront, your website. This is the heart and soul of your online presence. And believe me, the costs here can swing just as wildly. And hey, does this sound familiar? Just like with AI, you've got two main costs. There's the big upfront fee to design and build the thing, and then there's that smaller but super critical monthly fee for things like hosting, security, and updates. I think this explains the different scales perfectly. A basic 5-page site, think of it as your digital business card, that'll run you somewhere between $1,500 and $4,000. A standard business website, a bit more robust, that's more in the $3,000 to $8,000 range. But an enterprise site, that's your global flagship store, and it can rocket past $100,000 to build. And of course, what it's built on makes a huge difference. A custom site on WordPress or Shopify gives you all the flexibility in the world, and those usually start around $3,000. The alternative is a template-based site. It's way more affordable, often under $2,000, but the trade-off is you get a lot less customization. Okay, let's move on to social media. Now, this isn't a set-it-and-forget-it kind of thing. It is a constant, ongoing effort. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and the pricing definitely reflects that. So who you hire for this really, really matters. A freelancer might handle the basics for you for under $2,500 a month. A smaller boutique agency doing full-service work will probably be in that $3,000 to $5,000 range. But if you need to bring in the big guns, a large specialized agency, you should expect to pay over $10,000 and often over $20,000 a month. So to bring this back down to earth, let's look at the Canadian market averages. A monthly retainer just for social media averages out to about $4,200. A typical full-service agency, where social media is just one part of the pie, is just a tiny bit higher at $4,300. So that gives you a fantastic real-world baseline. Okay, so we've looked at all the individual puzzle pieces. But let's be real, you're not usually buying them one by one. So let's talk about how they come together in bundles, and some of those sneaky hidden factors that can change the final price tag. So here's how it often breaks down in the real world. A small business bundle, a basic website, a little bit of automation, some social media, you're looking at a setup cost of $5,000 to $10,000, and then $2,000 to $4,000 a month. For a mid-market company that needs more heavy lifting, that jumps to a $15,000 to $30,000 setup and a $4,000 to $8,000 monthly. An enterprise, well, you know the drill. It's in its own universe. But remember, these numbers are not set in stone.
There are four huge things that can totally swing the price. First, the scope. Just how much work is there? Second, the agency's experience. A veteran team costs more. Third, your industry matters. A super competitive e-commerce brand is going to pay more than a local plumber. And finally, location, location, location. Expect to pay 20 to 40% more in a big city.
Whew, okay, I know that was a lot of numbers. So, what's the bottom line? How do you take all this info and actually make a smart investment that's going to grow your business?
If you forget everything else we've talked about, just remember this one number, $4,000 a month. In the Canadian market, that's a really reasonable, solid starting point for getting comprehensive, quality marketing from a good agency. It's just a great benchmark to have in the back of your mind.
Now for some quick, actionable advice. If you're a business doing the hiring, please focus on the return you're getting, not just the lowest price. And super important, budget for your ad spend separately. That is not included in the management fee. And for you agencies out there, maybe start with a project fee to prove your worth. Then you can move clients to tiered retainers where they know exactly what they're getting. This quote right here is probably the most important thing for everyone to understand. A monthly retainer is not an all-you-can-eat buffet. You're buying a set amount of an agency's time and expertise. Getting this straight from day one is honestly the key to a happy, healthy partnership for everybody. So there you have it. The lights are on, the black box has been opened, you've got the numbers, you've got the averages, you know the variables. So the only question left is the one that really matters for you. Based on your goals, what's the right investment to really fuel your company's growth?